Now the testing phase kind of starts over here on the left-hand side with what's called our analysis. So we're actually kind of starting to make sure that this vehicle is doing what it's supposed to be doing. So we can do that by kind of seeing what we're dealing with as far as mass, surface friction, and drag. And you learned about those in the previous research assignments that you had that started this activity. So really what you're going to do is you're just going to kind of work your way down through here. It'll actually produce some graphs and some different things for you to look at to kind of analyze what's going on with your car. So really what you can do here, this just gives you some information. And really it's all about here, when we click our eyeball here, it kind of produces a graph. And our graph shows that most of our mass is located in the body, obviously. And here, the CO2 cartridge, you really don't even need to see that. So if you double click CO2 cartridge, it'll actually close that off of the mass. So most of our mass is in our body. Not much to analyze there. Next, we're going to show up our surface friction. Click our eyeball. Looks like we got a whole lot of friction going in our rear axle. So let's see what's going on here. We can kind of see if we got something rubbing. It doesn't really look like it. Might just have more weight towards the back. All right, so we're good there. Done. Let's check out our drag now. This is probably the best graphic that you're going to see as far as analyzing your vehicle. It gives us colors of where friction from the air and drag, as you learned in your previous activities there in the research. What you want to avoid is this high pressure here. And we see only a little bit. This is a pretty good shape of the vehicle. We just got that one little spot here on the front. Now we might be able to go back in and tweak that at a later time to kind of cut through the air, if you remember from aerodynamics. But for now, I'm going with this analysis here of this vehicle. Let's give it a shot first. So what you're going to do, now we're finally getting into the point where we're going to save this vehicle. We're going to go to File. You're going to click Save. You're going to call it Your Name 1. Number 1. You're going to have multiple vehicles here. And the first thing you want to do here is just save a working copy. That way we can come back to this and edit it as we need to. Then you're going to check on a couple things here. We're going to check on a couple things we're going to skip our competition here, and we're going to go directly to our outputs. And this is where you're going to make sure that you are within what's called our specs. And I have these set up in the teacher side here to allow you to have certain things in your vehicle design that you can't make, or you need to be within certain tolerances. And I'll show you here what we're talking about. In these design specs here, if we look down, anything that you've violated, either minimum or maximum, will show up in red. And in this particular case, we have all black, which means we're good to go. So really what we can do now is we can get ourselves set up for the competition. Now, when we get to that, you're going to do a File, go back to Save, Your Name 1, and you're going to click Save and enter competition.